What up, y'all? This is your boy, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo, and you're listening to the Entertainment Report on iHeartRadio, live from Dubai for Tuesday, March 1st, 2016, delivering some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo, that's RAYMELO, on Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to the show anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Stacey Dash has explained why she appeared on stage during a comedy bit with host Chris Rock at the Oscars. The actress wrote in a new blog entry entitled, "Who is Stacey Dash and why did she just walk across the Oscar stage? When they added me to increase the diversity, I'm sure many black people rolled their eyes. I'm not black enough. But guess what? I've heard that all my life. I would rather be a free-thinking black than a cookie-cutter black who thinks and votes just like all my friends." She continued by writing, "Yes, I'm the actress from the South Bronx who has always dreamt of winning an Oscar. But God has a great sense of humor, and this is my first encounter with one of my dreams of destiny. Bring diversity to Hollywood, not merely because of color, but politics as well. After all, different colors of skin is an easy kind of diversity. Ideological diversity is much harder because it forces everyone to come face to face with actual beliefs. Hollywood needs both." Dash, who has recently been critical of the hashtag Oscar So White movement and Black History Month, was introduced on stage during the awards show as the new director of the Academy's Minority Outreach Program. She said to a stunned and confused audience, "I cannot wait to help my people out. Happy Black History Month." Viewers on Twitter discussed their confusion about the moment and how the joke might not have connected with everyone. Comedy Central comedian Kamal Najani tweeted that Stacey Dash moment was the strangest thing of all time, while Demi Lovato added, "And that was the only time Stacey Dash will ever be at the Oscars again." Dash is best known for playing Dion Davenport in the movie Clueless, its TV series adaptation, and as Camille Rose on The Game. She joined Fox News as a contributor in 2014. The makers of the Oscar-nominated movie Spotlight and one of its stars joined a group of about 20 protesters in front of a Los Angeles Catholic church to protest sexual abuse just hours before Sunday's Oscar ceremony. Most of the protesters, actual victims of abuse by Catholic priests, invited the actor Mark Ruffalo and writer-director Tom McCarthy and co-writer Josh Singer to join the protest stage outside Cathedral of Our Lady of Angels in downtown Los Angeles. The group called on the church to take serious action against abuse and also asked the names of abusers be released. The Los Angeles protest was just one of 20 organized across the country by Survival's network of those abused by priests. Ruffalo said, "I'm here to stand with the survivors and the victims and the people we've lost from Catholic priests' childhood sex abuse." The group organizers wanted to use the Academy Awards, which took place Sunday night, was a way to draw attention to their cause, Blaine said. Barbara Blaine, the president and founder of Snap, said, "We wanted to use this moment with all the attention on the movie Spotlight because that movie tells our story and gets it right. Every Catholic should see this film." Spotlight was nominated for 6 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Supporting Actor for Ruffalo. Tells the story of the Boston Globe's investigation into the Catholic Church's sexual abuse. Blaine said, "No matter which Hollywood types walk away with those statuettes tonight, kids are the real winners. They're safer because this movie, Spotlight, has prompted hundreds and thousands to think, talk, and take action about child sex crimes and cover-ups, even or especially in trusted institutions." Director Ryan Coogler and Ava DuVernay organized a fundraiser Oscar Sunday to help raise money for those affected by the devastating water contamination crisis in Flint, Michigan. Dubbed #Justice for Flint, the charity event looked to raise $100,000, was presented by Coogler's activist group Blackout for Human Rights, and was hosted by comedian Hannibal Buress. Coogler said to BuzzFeed ahead of the event, "With the #Justice for Flint benefit event, we will give a voice to the members of the community who were the victims of the choices of people in power who are paid to protect them, as well as provide them with a night of entertainment, unity, and emotional healing." The director missed attending the Oscars for the event, in which his film Creed was nominated for Best Supporting Actor for star Sylvester Stallone. DuVernay was quick to deny, however, that #Justice for Flint took place on Oscar Sunday on purpose in light of the recent ongoing #Oscar So White controversy surrounding Hollywood. She said to The Hollywood Reporter about the event's organizers, "A lot of these people care nothing nothing about these Oscars, and it's not their world. It happens to be me and Ryan's world. When it came up, that was a possible date. It felt wrong to say, no, guys, let's not do this date because there's something happening in L.A. The event featured musical performances from Stevie Wonder, Janelle Monáe, Estelle, Vic Mensa, Jasmine Sullivan, and Musiq Soulchild. Wonder said on stage during a surprise performance, "The reality is we all need water. That's a human right." He continued calling for the resignation of Michigan Governor Rick Snyder, and it should be clean water. One requires accountability. If it goes down bad, someone's got to go. As the show ended, the performers and organizers gathered on stage together to chant "Clean Our Pipes" and "Flint Lives Matter." Sam Smith dedicated his Oscar for Best Song to the LGBT community Sunday night. The British recording artist won the honor for Writings on the Wall for the James Bond film Spectrum. Smith said, "I read an article a few months ago by Sir Ian McKellen, and he said that no openly gay man has ever won an Oscar, and if this is the case, even if it isn't the case, I want to dedicate this to the LGBT community all around the world." He also added by saying, I stand here today as a proud gay man, and I hope we can all stand together as equals one day. Thank you so much." Oscar host Chris Rock, who had been making jokes about the lack of diversity in Hollywood all evening, appeared on stage after Smith accepted his award and quipped, "Congratulations, no jokes there, not going to get me in trouble." Ben Affleck smuggled his best friend, Oscar-nominated actor Matt Damon, under his coat and onto the set of Jimmy Kimmel Live Sunday. The stunt was part of a long-running joke about how Kimmel doesn't like Damon and always bumps him from his talk show due to time constraints. After Kimmel unbuttoned Affleck's cloak and the sweaty Damon emerged, Kimmel admonished Affleck and tried to exclude Damon from their conversation, then cut Damon out of the camera frame before ordering his staff to drag his chair away. Kimmel and Affleck then introduced footage supposedly cut from Batman vs. Superman Dawn of Justice, showing Kimmel revealing the secret superhero identities of Bruce Wayne and Clark Kent, who are played by Affleck and Henry Cavill. Also making a cameo in the clip was Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor. The segment ends with Cavill's character hurling Kimmel into space, causing him to land on Mars, where he meets Mark Watney, the astronaut Damon played for his Oscar-nominated turn in The Martian. Damon's Watney says, "Now that you're here, I was thinking maybe we could do a talk show. You could host it, and I'll be your guest every night." Kimmel replied, "Oh, yeah, no. I'm going to pass on that. Congratulations on not winning the Oscar. I'm just going to go over there and die alone." Oprah Winfrey was nearly 2,000 miles away when a beauty company mistook Whoopi Goldberg for her at the 2016 Oscars. The 62-year-old media mogul was watching Academy Awards in her pajamas with friend and television personality Gayle King when Total Beauty confused her for Goldberg, who was at the ceremony. Total Beauty tweeted a photo of Goldberg showing off her shoulder tattoo in a boat neck dress on the red carpet, writing, "We had no idea at Oprah was #Tat, and we love it." The company has since deleted the post. Winfrey responded by posing an incredulous face in a photo King shared on Instagram. She wrote, "At Oprah," or "Our favorite daughter watching #Oscars," and seeing at Total Beauty editors, "We all love at Whoopi Goldberg, but we don't look alike. Jeez." Total Beauty apologized for the mistake and will donate $10,000 to Winfrey and Goldberg's charity of choice. The company came under heavy fire on social media, where many were already concerned about the Oscars' lack of diversity in nominations. The company tweeted, "We'd like to apologize to Oprah and Whoopi, as well as everyone we've offended. It was our error, and there are no excuses. We're sorry." Goldberg has yet to respond to the mix-up, but made headlines for helping host Chris Rock parody the #OscarsSoWhite controversy at the ceremony. The pair insert themselves into Joy and The Martian, both of which featured white nominees. Gwen Stefani and boyfriend Blake Shelton made their red carpet debut as a couple Sunday. The 46-year-old singer and 39-year-old country star attended the 2016 Vanity Fair Oscar party at the Wallace Annenberg Center for the Performing Arts in Beverly Hills. Stefani was all smiles in a sheer scarlet red Yanni Couture dress, while Shelton wore jeans and a black shirt and blazer. The couple held hands and were casually affectionate as they posed for photos. Stefani performed several songs at the party, including her new single, Make Me Like You, which was inspired by Shelton. She and Shelton were reportedly inseparable at Ray Lynn and Josh Davis' wedding the day previous. The Used to Love You singer and Shelton met through NBC's reality competition The Voice in 2014 and confirmed their dating in November. The pair both split from their respective spouses Gavin Rossdale and Miranda Lambert last year. Stefani will serve as a mentor for Shelton's team on The Voice Season 10, which premieres February 29th. The pair announced the news on Access Hollywood in their first joint interview earlier this month. Shelton said at the time, "We know we collaborated well together as coaches, so of course I have her as my mentor, and she's so smart and talented." Stefani will release her third studio album, This Is What the Truth Feels Like, on March 18th. Shelton last released Bring Back the Sunshine in September and will release his 10th studio album this year. Elton John hosted his 24th annual Oscars viewing party Sunday, which helped raise $6.2 million for his AIDS Foundation. The events featured some of the biggest names in the music and entertainment industry, including Mariah Carey, Caitlyn Jenner, Sheryl Crow, Steven Tyler, Hilary Swank, Lana Del Rey, Kelly Osbourne, and Dave Grohl. Taking place inside the Dolby Theater in West Hollywood, guests who purchased a ticket helped donate to the Elton John AIDS Foundation and were treated to a 5-course dinner designed by noted chef Gordon Ramsay, along with a gift bag containing a signed Elton John CD. John said in his statement, "By supporting our work, you are standing up against the issues that drive the AIDS epidemic. You are speaking out against racism, helping to end poverty and homelessness, and rejecting homophobia. By being here tonight, you are saying no to the stigma, not to the status quo, and yes to a more just and equal society and the end of AIDS." The legendary singer documented the star-studded event on social media, posting pictures of himself with various guests and commenting on their dazzling attire. Johnson wrote on Instagram referring to Mariah Carey's 35-carat engagement ring she recently received from boyfriend Australian billionaire James Packer. "Mariah looks glam fabulous. She's wearing more carats than I am." Charlie Sheen, who also stopped by showing his support for the charity after confirming he was HIV positive in November. The singer wrote in a photo alongside the actor and David Furnich, "Glad to see Charlie Sheen at the party, in great form and in great spirits." As the Academy Award ceremony came to a close, John performed an intimate concert for his guests featured a number of his hit songs. On Saturday, leading up to the event, John held a surprise free concert in West Hollywood near the area where he first got his big break in the United States. John performed for a crowd of thousands, singing hits like Benny and the Jets, Rocket Man, Your Song, Tiny Dancer, and Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me with special guest Lady Gaga. And a passing to report. George Kennedy, the hulking tough guy character actor who won an Academy Award for his portrayal as a savage chain gang convict in the 1967 classic Cool Hand Luke, has died. His grandson Corey Schneckle said Kennedy died Sunday morning of old age in Boise, Idaho. He was 91. He had undergone emergency triple bypass surgery in 2002. That same year, he and his late wife moved to Idaho to be closer to their daughter and her family, though he still was involved in occasional film projects. His biggest acting achievement came in Cool Hand Luke, a 1967 film about a rebellious war hero played by Paul Newman, who was bent on buckling the system as a prisoner on the Southern Chain Gang. Its theme of rebelling against authority and the establishment helped make it one of the most important films of the tumultuous 60s. Kennedy played the role of Dragline, the chain gang's boss who goes from Luke's number one nemesis to his big disciple as Newman's character takes on folk hero status among fellow inmates. The movie garnered 4 Academy Award nominations, and Kennedy was named Best Supporting Actor. Newman and Kennedy proved a spectacular 1-2 punch, Luke as the recent anti-hero, Dragline as the illiterate brute. They shared several memorable scenes, including one in which Kennedy's character wins a bet by getting Luke to eat 50 eggs in an hour. Kennedy carved out a niche as one of Hollywood's most recognizable supporting actors after that movie. He had parts in several action flicks in the 1970s, played Leslie Nielsen's sidekick in the Naked Gun spoofs, and was J.R. Ewing's business rival in the final seasons of Dallas. One of his strongest supporting roles was in the 1970 film hit Airport, which spun the run of 1970 disaster pictures. Kennedy played Joe Petroni, a no-nonsense cigar-chomping troubleshooter who stubbornly guides a jetliner stuck on a snow-clogged runaway out of harm's way. The film spawned several sequels. Kennedy was in all of them and landed Kennedy a Golden Globe nomination. He was 91 years old. Comedian Katt Williams was arrested Monday on battery charge in Georgia after a store employee told police that Williams punched him during an argument. Gainesville police officers responded to an assault call at a pool supply store around 11:30 a.m. and found Williams outside, lying on the ground with his hands behind his back as though he was ready to go to jail, Sergeant Kevin Holbrook said. A store employee told officers Williams, who was in the store with two women, began arguing with the employee and threw a pair of goggles at him, Holbrook said. Williams then went behind the counter and punched the employee at least once, Holbrook said. The cause of the argument wasn't immediately clear. When officers tried to question Williams, he told them to ask the store employee what happened, Holbrook said. Hales County Sheriff's Deputy Nicole Bales said in an email that Williams faces a misdemeanor battery charge and was being held on $5,000 bond. Online jail records show Williams was booked into jail at 1:34 p.m. Janice Lee, a publicist for Williams, didn't immediately respond to phone and email messages. Williams has starred in comedy specials and appeared in films including Friday After Next. 20th Century Fox has announced the official release dates for their upcoming sci-fi franchise films, The Predator and Alien Covenant. The studio's upcoming revival of the Predator series, set to be directed by Iron Man 3 hammer Shane Black, is set to open in theaters March 2nd, 2018. It was announced Sunday. The film's title and first teaser image, featuring a lone predator, have led many fans to speculate that only one will be present in the actioner, as opposed to the trio of the technologically advanced hunters that appears in 2010's Predator. Covenant's official synopsis reads, Ridley Scott returns to the universe as he creates an alien with Alien Covenant, the second chapter in a prequel trilogy that began with Prometheus and connects directly to Scott's 1979 seminal work of science fiction. Bound for a remote planet on the far side of the galaxy, the crew of the colony ship Covenant discover what they think is an uncharted paradise, but it's actually a dark, dangerous world whose sole inhabitant is the synthetic David, played by Michael Fassbender, survival of the doomed Prometheus expedition. Other release dates shake-up at Fox include their Channing Tatum lead X-Men spin-off Gambit being pushed out from its original October 6, 2016 slot. Two unidentified Marvel movies set for October 6, 2017 and January 12, 2018 were announced, possibly hinting at Gambit's new release date. Kylie Minogue and Kylie Jenner are going head-to-head over their shared first name. The 47-year-old Australian singer recently filed a notice of opposition to the 18-year-old American reality star's request to trademark the name Kylie in the U.S. for advertising services. Minogue and her family's KDB Limited company claimed Jenner's trademark would cause confusion among consumers and dilute her brand if approved by the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office. The singer holds trademarks for Kylie for commerce and sound recordings. She tweeted Sunday, quoting her 2000 song Light Years, "Hello, my name is Kylie, # Light Years. I will be your pursuer. Thank you for flying KM Air." Jenner is also seeking to trademark the name Kylie in connection with entertainment services. The teenager stars with her family on the E-series Keeping Up with the Kardashians and has nearly 53 million followers on Instagram. Minogue, who has performed as Kylie since before Jenner's birth, called the teenager a secondary reality television personality whose photographic exhibitionism and controversial posts have received criticism from disability rights groups and the African American community. Minogue released the holiday album Kylie Christmas in November after releasing her 14th studio album Kiss Me Once in 2014. The singer got engaged to actor Joshua Sassy this month and showed off her engagement ring at the 2016 Brit Awards. And a related story, Kourtney Kardashian and Kylie Jenner surprised fans by reuniting with Adrienne Bailon over the weekend. The 36-year-old reality star and 18-year-old half-sister spent time with the 32-year-old television personality prior to singer Justin Bieber's 22nd birthday party. Kardashian captioned a photo of herself and Bailon sitting on Jenner's lap. Reunited best friends, LOL. Jenner also shared a snapshot on Instagram writing, "'Cause we are sisters." Bailon dated Kardashian's 28-year-old brother Rob Kardashian from 2007 to 2009. The Real host incited Kim Kardashian's wrath in 2014 by telling Latina magazine her relationship with Rob damaged her career. The star said, "To be stuck with that Kardashian label that was so hurtful to me and to my career. It's common knowledge that he cheated on me. He strategically planned things out so that he could cheat on me, and that to me was so disloyal." Babylon later told E! News she didn't mean to offend Kim with her comment and clarified she meant she didn't want to be known as anyone's girlfriend. She had nothing but praise for Rob while addressing reconciliation rumors in October. She said, I think Rob is an amazing guy. I haven't gotten in touch with him or anything, but I think he's awesome and I wish him well. The rumor just isn't true. We don't even follow each other on social media. Babylon is known for playing Channel Simmons on Disney Channel's The Cheetah Girls movies and appeared on several episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians while she and Rob were dating. She has co-hosted The Real since 2013. Kris Jenner is speaking out on son-in-law Kanye West's recent Twitter rants. The 60-year-old reality star opened up about the 38-year-old rapper's famous outburst on an episode of The Ellen DeGeneres Show scheduled to air Tuesday. West married Jenner's daughter Kim Kardashian in 2014. Jenner joked of her son-in-law before qualifying, there have been days where there should be a no tweeting law and I feel like I will ground him. He's a great guy. He really is. West shocked fans this month by claiming he has $53 million in personal debt and asking Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg to invest $1 billion in his ideas. He referenced the rant in a new song, Closest Thing to Einstein, while performing in Los Angeles last week. Jenner explained, when he was like, oh, I'm $53 million in debt, that whole thing, what he was trying to say was that what he's done to spend on his clothing line over the last 15 or 20 years or whatever it's been. She said it comes out not exactly the right way and then people get it misconstrued, through the media. It's complicated. What can I say? West also made headlines after Page Six released a recording of his meltdown prior to his February 13th performance on Saturday Night Live. He rallied at the SNL production team before declaring himself 50% more influential than Stanley Kubrick and Pablo Picasso. Sources told Us Weekly Jenner loves West but really hates his recent behavior. The reality star reportedly worries West's outbursts are damaging the family brand and, quote, is getting really anxious and upset about it. NCIS will return for at least 2 more seasons. CBS announced the long-running police procedural was renewed for a 14th and 15th season in a press release Monday. CBS Entertainment President Glenn Geller said it's extraordinary that in its 13th season and with over 300 episodes to its credit, NCIS continues to excel at such a high level on a global scale. Mark Harmon, who has starred as Leroy Gibbs since the show's debut in 2003, is confirmed for season 14 and 15. Geller credited the 64-year-old actor and the rest of the cast for making the series a continued hit. Geller lauded, it's a testament to an amazing cast for skillfully bringing this universally appealing team of heroes to life, and to Gary Glassberg and his writers for crafting compelling stories that features NCIS's signature blend of mystery, quirk, drama, and comedy every single week. NCIS is the #1 drama in the U.S. and worldwide, averaging 20 million viewers. The series follows Gibbs, played by Harmon, and his naval criminal investigative secret major service case response team as they solve cases from their Washington, D.C. field office. Michael Weatherly and Paulie Perrette co-star as Tony DiNizzo and Abby Scuto, respectively. Weatherly announced he will be leaving the series after season 13 last month, but called the role an opportunity of a lifetime. NCIS airs Tuesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on CBS. Pop star Kesha took to social media Sunday to thank Lady Gaga for her powerful performance of Till It Happens to You at the 88th Annual Academy Awards. The singer wrote alongside a selfie on Instagram, which also thanked Vice President Joe Biden, who introduced Gaga to the stage. Thank you at Lady Gaga and at VP for bringing attention to sexual assault at the Oscars. She continued by writing, it hits very close to my heart for obvious reasons. Hashtag it's on us. The piece nominated for Best Original Song for The Hunting Ground, a documentary about a campus rape, was performed by Gaga as she was surrounded on stage by survivors of sexual assault. Before introducing her, Biden urged viewers in the star-studded audience to, quote, take the pledge to end campus sexual assault. The heartfelt performance brought the Dolby Theater and its audience to their feet for a standing ovation. Multiple stars, including Rachel McAdams and Kate Winslet, were seen with tears in their eyes. Actress Kerry Washington on Twitter, who was also attendance, tweeted, hashtag it's on us, these survivors. Wow, floored by the courage and beauty and realness. Hashtag Oscar at Lady Gaga. Thank you. Kesha is coming off her recent court battles with producer Dr. Luke, whom she alleges sexually, physically, and verbally abused her. A New York judge denied the singer her injunction against Dr. Luke, leaving her legally bound to the contract with the producer. Artists have been showing their support for Kesha on social media, including Demi Lovato, Taylor Swift, and Gaga, who earlier in the week shared a photo on Instagram of herself holding Kesha in her arms with the caption, Free Kesha. New Zealand folk comedy duo Flight of the Conchords are returning with the newly announced 30-city North American tour. The concert series dubbed Flight of the Conchords Sing Fly of the Conchords will begin June 11th in Cleveland, Ohio, and commence July 27th in Los Angeles, California. Member Brett McKenzie said in a press release referencing to his partner Jermaine Clement, "I'm thrilled to get back on the road with over half the original band." The statement also reveals that the band has new material in the works, which they've showcased exclusively at these shows. The band has yet to release a follow-up to their 2009 album, I Told You I Was Freaky, which was released before the band's first called it quits in 2012. Mackenzie and Clement also starred in their own self-titled hit comedy series on HBO, Flight of the Conchords, about the band trying to make it to America for 2 seasons starting in 2007. The tour is being presented in partnership with Global Citizen, a nonprofit organization fighting global poverty. Global Citizen will be offering 2 tickets during each concert of the tour. Tickets are currently on sale. And now let's take a look at what happened on this date in entertainment history. On this date in 1971, James Taylor makes the cover of Time magazine. James Taylor's self-titled 1968 debut album, which featured the gorgeous downbeat ballads Carolina in My Mind and Sweet Baby James, earned him a small but dedicated following among the collegiate liberal arts set. But as the 60s counterculture burned itself out and the 70s began, his second album made him a star. Sweet Baby James, which was released in 1970, featured a now classic title track, as well as Taylor's first true hits, Country Road and Fire and Rain. With fellow singer-songwriters like Joni Mitchell and Carole King also in ascendancy, Time magazine saw it fit to declare a trend, placing James Taylor on its March 1st, 1971 cover under the headline, The New Rock, Bittersweet and Low. The Time article said, in contrasting Taylor's music to the walloping folk rock of Bob Dylan, the thunderous eloquence of the Beatles, and the lyre of the Rolling Stones, over the last year a far gentler variety of rock sound has begun to soothe the land. The article declined to offer a straightforward explanation for the apparent shift in public taste, but it offered a trenchant sociological analysis of James Taylor's particular appeal. On the one hand, the story argued there were the subject of matters of his songs, most of which dealt with the kind of internal struggles that a lavish quota of middle-class advantages, plenty of money, a loving family, good schools, health, charm, and talent do not seem to prevent and may in fact exacerbate. And then there was a, quote, lean and hard, 6'3" 155 pounds, often mustached, always with hair breaking at his shoulders. Taylor physically projects a blend of Heathcliffian inner fire with a melancholy look that can strike to the female heart at any age. Whatever the explanation for James Taylor's appeal, it was considerable. Just months after his appearance on the cover of Time, Taylor scored a #1 pop hit with the Carole King song, You've Got a Friend. He continues to be an enormous popular and multi-generational concert draw, and his catalog of early 70s albums continued to sell well even decades after his hair started receding from his forehead instead of breaking at his shoulders. And as your entertainment report for Tuesday, March 1st, 2016, I'm your host, Mr. Downtown Ray Melo. I'll be back tomorrow to deliver some major stories and trends going on in the world of entertainment and beyond. You can follow the show on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, facebook.com/The Entertainment Report with Ray Melo. That's RAYMELO. On Twitter at The Enter Report, or on Instagram at The Entertainment Report. You can listen to this episode or any previous episodes of The Entertainment Report anytime you want on iHeartRadio. Just go to iHeart.com or your iHeart phone app, search for The Entertainment Report, and it'll take you to the page. Good night, and God bless you all.